You score so many goals. What's that like to be a transitional player? Is that a good term for it? Because you bring a lot to the offense.
Yeah, well, it's definitely like when Sally plays those great balls coming right over it and I can like read it. I honestly think of myself as like Abby Wambach. I think of like, what would Abby do in this situation? But I mean, if without Sally, I wouldn't be able to, with the good balls, I wouldn't be able to have the offense because she places it right where I need to go.
Yeah, she's very talented at that.
Definitely.
How hard is it for you to take one over the shoulder? Because we've seen that.
Yeah, if there's like one, if it's like clearly like way out of my league, I'm like, oh no, I can't get there. But I mean, I still try to get there. But I mean, I have my twin tower, which is what I say to Mackenzie because we have our deal there, and I go, okay, you're going. If it falls short, you tip it back, and I'll read it. So I mean, we just go back and forth with each other. But I mean, I don't know, I just move my body in the right direction.
Well, Kenzie, as a freshman, does she take a lot of guidance from you?
I would have to say so because she was actually a central midfielder. So she was like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, I mean, this is what you do. But then Sally was also given a lot of direction. So was Renee. So I think it's all three of us all together guiding her what to do. And also with Kelly in the back telling, hey, you need to shift over here. So we were all just guiding her all at once.
How close is that relationship between the five of you?
Well, I would have to say it's like really close. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. If it wasn't close, we wouldn't be doing this good. You know, like because a defense is a defense. If you don't have a defense, then the offense can't do anything. And if you don't have an offense, then the defense can't do anything. So I mean, it's just kind of going back and forth with it. So
let's talk then about what you do well as a player. What are your main skills? What's the thing you think you do best?
The thing I do best is whenever I come in and I basically am a leader, but it's more of anticipating the ball and anticipating the play of whenever it happens because that's my favorite thing to do. And also like when someone's like dribbling one-on-one, it's not my favorite thing to do one-on-one, but I like to stuff the forward and then it makes like that big like noise like boom. So and then I come out with the ball. I don't know if last year there was one play whenever this girl I took and then I went for the ball, but then she like went and did a flip in the air. I don't know if you can find that in the media, but I mean yeah, there was like it was like, oh my god, that girl went flying, and I was like, I had no idea. I mean, I just went, but it was actually a pretty cool sound whenever the ball, I won it. I mean, I've been playing since 3rd grade, so it's been a long time, and then it also like develops with everything. And I also play for KCFC Revolution, and I think with club helped me out a lot with everything. Richard, my coach, he was just like, well, here's what you need to do, and this is how you anticipate the ball, and then that's when, I mean, you just have to be quicker, because I'm not the fastest player ever. So I'm just like, well, if the forward never gets the ball, then I never have to go on a foot race with her. So that's how I look at it. So I just win the ball first, and that's how I've always been.
Have you always played defense?
I've played, well, I don't know if you count 3rd grade being goalkeeper, but I mean, mostly, yeah. I mean, I've played forward a couple of times, but other than that, yeah, it's mostly defense. There's a lot of times when the defense doesn't get a lot of the glory. It's more of, offense. But, I mean, it's fine. It's mostly defense that does a lot of the work. But then offense does a lot of the work, too, because if we don't, like I said before, if we don't have an offense, then we can't really win. Defensive soccer, like if you, like before, with the defense, like if there's always a play, we always stop the play as a offense is going forward, and if we don't stop them, then they score, and we don't want them to score. We want to keep the shutout. We want to have a lot of shutouts, and so it's just like if they score, then it's a defensive fault, and we don't want that. We want to have a good background of everything and just keep everything good to go. So like with Renee on my side, we keep everything shut on that side, and then Kenzie and Sally keep everything shut on that side. But then also in front of us, Mallory Malone, she keeps everything shut with everything coming in with through balls. So I mean with that. But then also the offense for Sarah Franklin and Beaver, and then Jay Gifford and Olivia sometimes, and they come back and they play defense for us. So, I mean, without them coming back, we wouldn't be able to defend everything, but we try our best to, So.
You talked about 3rd grade. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Hughesville, Missouri, but then I started going to school at Sacred Heart High School in Sedalia, Missouri, because it's only 20 minutes away. But then I transferred over to Northwest High School, which is in Hughesville. It's maybe a good solid 10 minutes away from my house, or a little bit more. But then I transferred back my sophomore year, and then we went back to Sacred Heart High School. So I've graduated there at Sacred Heart High School. Sedalia
is kind of between the two soccer powers of Kansas City and St. Louis. What's soccer like in Sedalia?
I think it's I think Sedalia is trying to reach out to go up to Kansas City, because my little brother Zane, he plays in Kansas City. He plays he plays in Sedalia, but it's on the Sedalia select team, and they go up there and play Kansas City ball. So they always, and I think his name is Brad. I'm not quite sure, but Brad goes up there and he makes sure that the Kansas City style's coming down here to play with everything, and then also to bring that to Sedalia. I coached a team, I think it was my junior year in high school, and I tried to bring that of passing wise with everything, instead of just kicking the ball forward or whatnot. We always have to keep possession, and so I'm just trying to bring the Kansas City style to Sedalia with the little youngins, I guess you would have to say. My mom is Lisa Dover and my dad is Scott Dover, and they both have a catering business, and it's actually in our home, in our basement, but it's good and clean, of course. But it's called Table of Five Catering. They also have a website, which is tableof5catering.com. So if you ever need any catering deals, you can hook them up. You can call my mom at 660-864-7461. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be doing any advertising, but I mean, they can do anything from. They work really hard. I mean, they do weddings. They can do wedding receptions. They can do you name it, anything. They had a private jet one before, and I was just like, what? A private jet? It's geez. But yeah, so they do catering for their jobs, and my little brother, they support both of my brothers. One of them's at Mizzou right now, so he's just it's everything's changing. It's college, but then with Zane, they actually support him a lot, because they work really hard with him, because he had cleft lip and palate whenever he was born, so they were always there right beside his side, and we were always there as a unit to help out with everything with him. But I don't know, overall they support me a lot, and I appreciate that. So it's just, I mean, without them, I don't think I wouldn't be here if it wasn't them. So I thought, I don't know, I'm thankful that they done that for me. So
you said the match today against Rockhurst is just kind of another game for you. Is it really, or is this something that you've been looking forward to?
I actually have been looking forward to it, but I just have to keep myself, hey, it's just another game, because then I'll just get really nervous and I want to play my game. And so I just say, hey, it's just another game, but honestly, it's a pretty huge game for Rockhurst, because it's our rival and they're right there, and we've been, every time we're just what did Rockhurst do? What did Rockhurst do? And we're always saying oh, okay. So, but I'm pretty sure Rockhurst was like that with us too. So this is going to be a pretty good game, and I'm excited for it. And I'm glad that, Howard yesterday was 32 or 23 hours from now we're going to be playing. And I'm oh gosh, okay, I just wanted to be here already. So I wish it was already over, but because I just want to win.